SBS managed to crack double figures last night in terms of audience share thanks to its 10 p.m. telecast of the Colombia-Japan World Cup match. The public broadcaster managed a rare 12% audience share last night thanks to the soccer. It should also be added, the telecast was always part of SBS' schedule and not a game it inherited following the Optus fiasco earlier in the week. 7 won Tuesday night with 28% share. Its best performers were its 6 p.m. news bulletin, 1.08 million, and House Rules, 804,000. Andrew Denton's interview with former Australian of the Year, Rosie Betty, managed 439,000. 9 had 24.2% audience share, with its best programs being its 6 p.m. news, 954,000, ACA, 796,000, Hot Seat, 565,000, and Buying Blind, 514,000. 10, who had 19.8% share, did well with MasterChef, 863,000, Shark Tank, 567,000, and The Project, 546,000. The ABC boasted 15.9% audience share and its night went thus: ABC News, 700,000, Back in Time for Dinner, 573,000, 7:30, 535,000, Making Child Prodigies, 376,000, Miriam's Big American Adventure, 362,000, and Think Tank, 240,000. Again, SBS best was Japan vs Colombia, followed by the rather uninviting sounding Sinkholes, Deadly Drops, 254,000. Sign in with LinkedIn OzTime SBS World Cup. As we continue to push towards an equal future, more and more women are becoming leading figures for those around them, as well as younger women just starting their careers. And B. Welcome to our 2018 Women in Media series. This series is to Optus is feeling the pressure from angry Optus sports consumers who had paid for a streaming app to watch the World Cup, only to be faced with buffering, streaming and playback issues. Now, Aussie consumers are demanding the telco compensate them for the lost games, which will now be broadcast on free-to-air network SBS. Optus, yes, National Selfie Day, is actually a thing and apparently it's tomorrow. And to celebrate this auspicious occasion, McDonald's in the US has launched a National Selfie Day promotion that allows quarter-pound readers to take a selfie and not get their greasy paws all over their precious smartphones. The clever spot features spoof star Kirby Jenner, or, more precisely, the Australian Broadcasting Corporation (ABC) Managing Director Michelle Guthrie has refuted claims the public broadcaster should be privatised in a speech delivered to the Melbourne Press Club. The first time speaking publicly since the Liberal Party's vote to privatise the broadcaster, Guthrie said she hoped to tackle the increasingly febrile debate over the value and U.S. Marvel star Rosario Dawson joins host of Aussie celebs to support bold new conservation effort. Pubmatic has launched a Pubmatic Cloud for publishers and tech companies looking to implement and control their own programmatic technology. By accessing Pubmatic's technology, global infrastructure and demand connections on a platform-as-a-service (PaaS) basis, clients are able to achieve full transparency and achieve greater control over their programmatic monetization. As programmatic trading becomes mainstream, innovations such Visionary Investment Group, Big, and 72 and Sunny Sydney have entered into a strategic partnership as Big continues to expand in and beyond Australia. The first venture between the two companies is a strategic vision and design project for Avondale, a new integrated luxury resort and residence in the Illawarra region, from Vision Investment Group. Visionary Investment. The Women in Media Awards are back for 2018. To celebrate this wonderful fact, and to recognize some of the killer women in our industry, we've created a Women in Media series, and have profiled some pretty inspiring women so far. This week, we chat with Bauer Media Head of Trade Marketing Claudine Hall. Workers on construction sites receive 5 to 10 times more UV exposure every year compared to indoor workers. Target Tradies and Cancer Council have announced the launch of a partnership to help educate Australian construction workers about the importance of being sun-smart at work. with evidence showing that outdoor workers receive 5 to 10 times. In this guest post, Group Account Director at GPJ Australia, Dylan McLaughlin, pictured below, is summoning some of history's greats in his take on the 2018 experiential marketer. Extraordinary ideas are rarely serendipitous or eureka moments. They are the culmination of shared thoughts and notions that have been twisted and turned, built on and built from. They are. Samsung Electronics Australia has kicked off its partnership with Tim Cahill with the launch of TIMVITE. TIMVITE is an interactive digital campaign that encourages Aussies to invite their mates to watch this year's biggest sporting events together. The activity supports Samsung's QLED TV category, which includes a range of 75 inches and 85 inches large-screen TVs, because ACCC forces Apple to pay $9 million fine. Company CEO Tim Cook set to pay it from loose change from the glove box. Not content with rival P. Been sheltering under a rock while tsunami Amazon breaks over our shores? Salve your fears with this wave-free read. OPR may sound like an English second division soccer team, but it is, in fact, the folk formerly known as Ogilvy PRB. Although, as you'll read here, not necessarily about Can itself. There was a bit of a changing of the guard on TV last night, although not in a horses, cavalry, manure sort of a way. When not selling dandruff shampoo, you'd have to say P. ADMA's global forum is set to be the hottest ticket in town come August. Even hotter if you buy them from a solarium. Proximity's CFO announces cost-cutting measures in expectation of excess baggage charges, realizing worst fears. Sure, the Siren Awards are terrific, however, the police turning up would certainly give it extra gravitas and effect. There's no denying ARN's Anthony Zaitis is one of the industry's nice guys, and that's despite B. This industry salary survey includes a spot of good news and the bad. So get set to smile and rage in equal parts. B. Although bad does tend to get us far more reads. AppNexus, the world's leading independent advertising technology company, has announced a partnership with the cybersecurity company White Ops to shut down the flow of advertising dollars to cybercriminals. This canned news is so fresh you can almost smell the baguettes. Yes, B. Need a feel-good pick-me-up today? Well, you could verbally insult a colleague's hair or watch this inspiring spot. If you think B. It appears Australia's diabetes epidemic may have finally killed of Mars famed work, rest and play catchphrase. ARQ Group has launched a new identity created by award-winning agency Hulsbosch, with the business rebranding from Melbourne IT to ARQ. Previously known as Melbourne IT, the company was founded in 1996 as one of Melbourne University's commercial ventures with the sole rights to manage O domains in the early days of the Internet. Melbourne IT, ANZ, in partnership with PhD and Adshel, have taken to the streets with a total takeover of the entire Adshel Live network. For 1 hour, between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. on Tuesday the 19th of June, ANZ is inviting commuters to download the new ANZ app by showing 6 different ways the app can help them manage their B. Acclaimed director Gillian Armstrong unloads on Adland, although that's not to infer vulgar language was ever used. APG's initiative and Dansu's Carrot have both been awarded a slice of the West Australian government's $65 million spend. The government account is broken into 2 entities, campaign and non-campaign, each with its own agency roster. Carrot has retained its long-standing position on the agency panel for all campaign work, which accounts for, does anyone else think we just haven't quite nailed watching sport on our phones just yet? Confirm your suspicions here. Eurydice Dixon's murder shocked the nation and its Aussie media figures that are now leading a renewed safety charge. It appears the weekend's Liberal Party conference had the usual suspects: unions, gays, refugees. Want to know who's who in Australia's radio landscape? B. In case you missed it last week, a very lucky phone number 1-800-80-80-80 is up for sale. And it could be yours. It was just a weekend of sport. AppNexus, the world's leading independent advertising technology company, today announced the launch of Guaranteed Views, a marketplace product that changes the way advertising is bought and sold on the open internet. Guaranteed Views enables marketers and agencies to pay only for ads that are measured as viewable and is the first programmatic product that enables 100% viewable buying at scale outside of Facebook and Google. If there's one thing for sure, these Zenith reports are very rarely wrong. Well, bar the odd typo by B. Is relentless KFC ads. Former Y. With a couple of extra mil in the kitty after last week's Rebel win, Bauer's already putting the cash to good use. B. Have you been phoning 10's comms department today with little success? That's because they've all buggered off here. Bereft of any Monday motivation? Let today's women in media profile be like low-current electric waves to the brain. Sadly, B. We may have been last to qualify, but we're going to be first out if the Socceroos don't beat the Danes on Thursday. Haystack has a new head of social who, admittedly, doesn't look anything like Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz. The ink's barely dry on this new cricket rights deal. Well, it was signed on Friday, so it is probably dry by now. Zenith and Saatchi. Ad spend in Australia forecast to grow by 2.8% in 2018, with main drivers of growth in government, retail, finance and gambling sectors. Global advertising spend to grow by 3.9%, revised up from 3.6% in January 2018. Digital to overtake TV for the first time, to reach 38.4% of global share, TV 35.5%. In 21 out of the 59 markets tracked, digital will be the leading advertising channel in 2018. One quarter, 25.2% of global ad spend will be delivered through mobile devices for the first time. 7 West Media's Pacific Magazines has announced the appointment of Emma Baston as Client Strategy Director for Victoria. Baston has worked in senior digital media buying and planning roles at various agencies including Australia, Cummins. She has also worked at Facebook, and SBS has launched the Short-Form Content Initiative, a commitment to providing increased opportunities for Australian creatives from diverse communities through the commissioning and production of content for SBS On Demand. SBS has partnered with 5 of Australia's screen agencies, including Film Victoria, Create NSW, Screen Queensland, Screen West and South Australian Film Corporation. The initiative aims Big W, the home for families, fun and entertainment, has today launched its annual toy sale campaign, Toy Mania. Running until the 11th of July, the campaign showcases the frenzy and hysteria that comes with the Big W toy sale. It also highlights that buying toys can be just as fun as playing with them, and Datarama, a global technology company, today announced the launch of Data Canvas, a suite of new data visualization capabilities within its marketing intelligence platform. Datarama Data Canvas leverages the power of artificial intelligence (AI) in a brand new way to help marketers create expert-designed dashboards to tell compelling, data-driven stories. Datarama's previous AI releases have Max Media Lab has snared Code and Volkswagen's social media accounts amid reports the check is in the mail. Everyone's favorite recalcitrant professor is back doing what he does best, a dollop of derision. News Michael Miller has stopped short of calling Bruce Gordon a prick, although possibly did it in hushed tones. We'd definitely listen to the cricket on the old wireless, even more so if Boy George was commentating. It was one of the media stories of 2017. Still going in 2018 and will probably still be hanging around by 2022. Teflon Allen is looking all the more baked on stain after his own barrister gave him a serve in his defamation case. Do you only read B? Another day, another development out of Google's evil genius lab set to control our lives. Even more so if you read it while eating cake with inch-thick icing. Change is always hard, says Edelman's CEO. Although, it must be said, sorry always seems to be the hardest word. In what could only be described as delicious irony, the Saturday paper has used a Friday to announce its new editor. Well, perhaps not first, but definitely in the top 10. Uber has been voted Australia's most disruptive brand, although no comment has been sought from the Stefanovic boys. Does the very real fear it could be as dull as dishwater prevent you from reading our articles? Try this sweat-free read. It appears chatbots are set to conquer the world, and infographics are set to conquer journalists doing any real work. The first match may have been 10 days ago, so this state of origin campaign does come with a better late than never. In this opinion, Fjord lead Bronwyn van der Merwe, pictured below, discusses the work to look out for at Cannes Lions 2018. I fully expect there will be some staggering examples of creative brilliance at Cannes Lions this year, and I'd recommend anyone going resists having their attention pulled by projects that are largely based on, to be fair to the Stefanovics. Hence, this phone hack piece. B. Think of this as an appetizer to the avalanche of World Cup stories coming your way. It's like an oyster on jats. On Tuesday, B. Viewers of Nine's Buying Blind are using the same sort of language B. We Are Social has acquired Socialize, however, it will not be renamed We Are Socialize or even Margaret for that matter. Work for IPG. News Miller shuns possibility of FTA acquisition in the same way B. Image-led story Adshel has transformed Melbourne's train network into a nightclub. Albeit one those bad over 50s ones you find in RSLs. One need only witness his bloodshot eyes. International Marketing Services Business Administration Group Limited has appointed Matt Cave as its country lead for Australia and New Zealand. Cave, pictured above, has more than 25 years of industry experience in the Asia-Pacific region, and will be instrumental in driving Atom's expansion throughout Australia and New Zealand. With 26 offices in 19 countries around, no, you're not having deja vu. B. Unless you read it last week, then you are having deja vu. Staff warned about making sheep shagging jokes after SCA integrates its regional and metro units.